Dana White just came in about you saying, if I was her, I'd stay right where she is and keep picking up the people over there. I would stay there, keep fighting the type of women she's fighting there before I would come here and fight Amanda Nunes. That's for damn sure. Just kind of curious how you react to that.
Thanks for the advice, Uncle Dana. Appreciate you. I mean, I don't, we haven't, I've met the guy one time and it was a super awkward, like weird, as a story for another time. But again, my job is to focus on October 27th. I really don't care what other people have to say about me or my career or my choices or my options. I'm going to do what's best for me, and that's it.
It's kind of weird to hear that, though, from a promoter like him.
No, because that's what he does. Like that's his job, is to, I'm going to talk about how I'm the greatest of all time, and he's going to talk about how, well, calm down. No, you're not. Like, that's what, this is a game. This is a business. And the difference is, I really am going to be the greatest of all time. So he's going to see.
That's for sure.
Hey! The boss himself. You guys got questions?
The difference here is we know Kayla is the #1 in the world. We know she could beat Amanda. We know she could beat Cyborg. We don't have to play games and pretend like the PFL is not a fighter-first culture. She is the best and will continue to prove that she's the best. And other people will continue to hide or pretend some other narrative that tries to suit their needs. We're here to help her and every fighter here have nothing held back. It's a meritocracy, it's a transparency. It's not about Donn Davis, it's not about Pete Murray, it's not about Ray Sefo. That's what other promotions forget. They think it's about them. It's about what happens inside the cage. It happens with the fighters. It happens about their life and their journey. All of us are fighting for something in life. Maybe for you guys, pride, money, your kid's college, to pay off the house. We all fight for something. In the PFL, we allow the fighter to fight for themselves and to bet on themselves. So we're not here to trash anybody. We're not here to hold anybody back. We're also not here to do what they do, which is make it about them and not the fighters.
Well said. Amen. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Mic drop.
Drake Riggs here with Donn Davis. We are getting ready for the PFL 2021 Championship. Great week of fights, as it always is with the PFL. Donn, going to start things off here with, a very passionate kind of rebuttal to Dana White's comments at the end of Kayla Harrison's, scrum there. Really doing a mic drop there. Just kind of, what inspired that out of you? I know Dana, a competitor in a way, right? But you were very passionate about it.
Yeah, look, as a founder of the league, this is a fighter-first league. I'm an entrepreneur. I view them as entrepreneurs. How far can they go? It's our job to help them. How do we encourage fighters? How do we promote fighters? How do we help fighters? That's what the PFL is all about. So we want the fighters who want to bet on themselves, because the PFL is a meritocracy. Win in advance, lose and go home. So it's just like the NBA or just like the NFL. No BS, no politics, no social media. What happens inside the cage determines the champion. The best fighter wins, and that's what sport is. Yeah. I respect UFC. They blaze the way, but most of those fights are undercard fights. They don't matter. It's like the football preseason. Right. I watch every minute of the NFL. I don't watch any preseason. No. So I'll watch a title fight at the UFC, but the undercards don't matter. When the PFL, I don't care whether it's fight 1 or fight 7, you lose, you're done for the year. It is March Madness meets MMA. So every fight matters, and how do you put the fighter first? We're just doing something different here.
Yeah, hard to argue, and I think that in the finals here with the lightweights, in the main event, actually, Taylor Granado is a perfect example of that, because I was just talking to Pete about it, but 3-1 as a professional, a fighter with that few fights getting the opportunity at $1 million, that's unheard of for MMA. So, is that something you're very proud of, just to see that you're presenting these opportunities to these people who have earned it, right?
Well, look, what I said before is all of us want opportunity. Mm-hmm. I don't care whether if you're a truck driver, where my dad worked in the trucking industry when he was young, or whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you're a fighter. Opportunity is what we all want. So I'm proud that nothing holds a fighter back except for how far they can go. Mm-hmm. So it is like nothing holds you back in the NBA from being champion. My Cincinnati Bengals have come from nowhere. Nothing holds you back except being better. Yeah. So I'm very proud that, look, we have stars. Kayla Harrison, she is the #1 fighter. The ESPN rankings are wrong. They put her at number 9 pound for pound. She could beat everybody
and Amanda Nunes would be a contest. She's a star, but we also have underdogs. We also have newcomers. We also have old veterans. So to me, as a sports fan, what I love is, will the star win? Will the underdog win? Will the unheard of become a real world Rocky? Or will the fan favorite win again? Those are the journeys and stories that the PFL presents.
Love to see it, man. You're totally right with that. And, from a business side, I was also mentioning this to Pete, but obviously it was very difficult for everybody to get back into things after COVID, and still kind of going on, right? Obviously, but what would you say was kind of the biggest hurdles you guys kind of had to overcome in that regard, just getting back to the swing of things? And it turned out pretty great.
Yeah, look, the PFL is an entrepreneurial company, so we're not a giant sports league. So we had to work smarter, we had to work harder, we had to be more nimble, more entrepreneurial. But we came back with two major things that people have responded to this year. Remember, the PFL audience is up 100% this year. That's the fastest growing sports league. And we're now 40% of UFC audience. What? In year 3? They've been around year 27? Well, why we did that was two things. We really upgraded the roster. So 25% of this roster is ranked in the top 25 in the world. That's the exact same percentage as UFC. Most people wouldn't think that because we don't have a pay-per-view division yet.
Right.
So we don't have our Conor McGregor. But the fight product you see Saturday on ESPN from UFC is the same that you see from PFL in terms of quality. So number one, we did the fight roster. Number two, wow, that video product, if you haven't seen it, punch impact, kick speed, distance traveled, real-time fan scoring, computerized scoring. This is the most engaging sport product in the world, and we innovated the leadership in providing young fans, whether it's on their mobile phone or whether it's TV, access and data and analytics that make that fight more interesting than ever before. Those are the two big things we did.
Definitely. And I'm curious, how far in advance do you guys kind of look at doing those things, right? I mean, always planning ahead to an extent. You just have to with any business, right? But for you guys in such a unique space like MMA and what all the things you're doing, how far in advance do kind of these ideas come into mind for you?
Yeah, look, it's a great question. Right now, we already have several things planned for next year because, it takes 3 or 4 months to develop and execute things, even for a very fast company like us. So next year, you'll be able to do a real-time prop bet on your mobile phone from the smart cage data. So next year, will Ray Cooper punch be over or under 25 miles an hour in this round? You can bet on that next year.
Wow.
So think of, we're already working with our partner DraftKings on integrated real-time gaming prop bets. And the second thing we're working on is we're launching our pay-per-view division.
Right.
So PFL pay-per-view super fights. These are great fights outside the league format. So Ray Cooper versus Mega, that's my most exciting fight for Wednesday night. Because why? This champion against last year's champion. Who will win? Everybody
in a rematch, too.
In a rematch. Everybody loves champion against champion. It's almost like Survivor All-Stars.
Yeah.
So think of the pay-per-view super fights as we'll be able to take, right now we'll have 18 previous champions after Wednesday night, champion against champion, and real bragging rights. So I think that'll be an interesting type of product. So to me, the pay-per-view super fights, the real-time gaming integration into the mobile phone, both those we're already working on to launch in early 22.
Okay, very fun stuff. I mean, very down to a science, it sounds like, right? So looking forward to that. But all right, Don, I will leave you with one last thing here. You just kind of mentioned which fight you're most looking forward to, and I'm very excited for that rematch as well. But among all the great fights, because they're all great, is there one that you feel like is kind of not getting enough love, going overlooked? I know we can choose multiple, very tough question, but kind of stands out to you.
Yeah, I'll answer one specific and one general. This fight card Wednesday night has 10 fighters ranked in the top 20 in the world. No UFC has ever had 10 fighters ranked in the top 20. So every single fight is a game 7. Somebody's winning $1 million, somebody's winning nothing. So if you love a game 7, watch them all, okay? That's first of all. And to me, the overlooked fight that's pretty interesting, Movlid versus Chris Wade.
Right.
Movlid is the next Khabib. He just doesn't yet wear a white fuzzy hat. He is as tough as Khabib. He is 16-0, and nobody can get him down, period. Well, he's against Chris Wade. This is his third time to try to crack through. Yep. And he's the All-American boy. So you have the Russian killer against the All-American boy.
Another Rocky story.
To me, that's unbelievable drama because this is Chris's time. He has spent 10 years to try to get here, and Movlid's an emerging star that nobody can figure out. Love that fight.
Yes, going to be a good one indeed. All right, Don, we can leave it there, man. Great getting to chat with you. Very much looking forward to the fights. All going to be good ones. And wishing best of luck to PFL going forward. It's exciting
Thank you.
stuff.
Thank you, everybody. Wednesday, October 27th. Pick your favorite, and we appreciate it, and look for more in 2022.
All right. Thanks, Don.
Oh, hey, you made it to the end. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you like this video and want to see more like it, give it a like and maybe subscribe if you haven't already. Until then, we'll see you next time.